Have you ever played miniature golf? Nearly all courses have a hole with a hill in the middle of the fairway. You have to hit the ball hard enough to get it up and over the hill. The ball slows down as it climbs the hill, then picks up speed on the far side of it. If you don't hit the ball hard enough, it won't get over the hill. The force you must hit the ball with is analogous to activation energy in chemistry. You know that for a reaction to occur, two molecules must collide with enough energy for bonds to break and new ones to form. Without enough energy, the reaction won't occur. Activation energy is the minimum amount of energy it takes to start a chemical reaction. Look at the reaction of hydrogen and oxygen forming water. 2H2 plus O2 goes to 2H2O. This reaction is exothermic, meaning that it gives off energy when forming the product. Any reaction that ends at a lower energy state than it started is usually a reaction that will spontaneously happen. Our atmosphere is around 20% oxygen and 0.00005% hydrogen. Why don't they get together and form water all the time? It's because the reaction of oxygen and hydrogen to make water takes a huge amount of activation energy to get started. The hill it needs to climb to get to the activation state is huge. Let's look at a graph of energy versus the course of a reaction. You can see this huge hill on the graph. The hill of energy that a reaction must climb is the activation energy hill. Now, activation energy will only get you so far. It gets you to the top of the hill. After that, there's a 50-50 chance of the reaction happening, either going over the hill and down the other side, or of not happening and falling back down the hill toward the starting point. At that point, on the very top of the hill, just like the one in the graph you just saw, the reactants are in a transition state. During this state, molecules are colliding with enough energy so that bonds are broken and new ones are formed. When they do this, they are making an activated complex. An activated complex is an unstable state that is between the reactants and the products in a chemical reaction. The activated complex is very short-lived. The bonds are broken and remade, and the reaction continues down either side of the hill. Not all collisions between molecules results in a product being made. It's a bit like love. You must not only meet the right person in your life, but the circumstances at the time of the meeting, current or recently failed relationships, age, and timing all affect whether you fall in love. In a chemical reaction, not only must the molecules collide with enough energy, but they must collide into the right other molecule at the right orientation with their electrons at the proper places in order for a reaction to occur. As you can see, having a reaction happen can take a lot of luck, timing, and energy. In the human body and in nature, though, we can't afford to wait for these things. Life moves quickly, and we need things to happen quickly. You can add more reactant to increase the rate of a reaction, but this doesn't help the reaction get over that huge hill called activation energy. Luckily, something does. It is called a catalyst. A catalyst is a substance that changes the rate of a chemical reaction without being consumed in the reaction. A catalyst is never used up. It is regenerated by the chemical reaction, so it can be used again and again. Catalysts work by lowering the activation energy a reaction needs in order to proceed. It lowers the hill. It does this by creating a different pathway for the reaction to take to get to its final product. It's a very good thing we have catalysts. Without catalysts, the reactions we need for our bodies to survive would happen too slowly to support life. Most catalysts in the body are enzymes. Enzymes are large protein molecules that are very specific to their individual reactions and help to catalyze metabolic processes that would happen too slowly otherwise. Enzymes are important, as you would know if you are lactose intolerant and can't eat ice cream. Lactase is an enzyme that helps digest lactose, which is the sugar present in milk. Those who don't have it can't digest milk products and can't eat ice cream. For a reaction to occur, two molecules must collide with enough energy for bonds to break and new ones to form. Without enough energy, the reaction won't occur. Activation energy is the minimum amount of energy it takes to start a chemical reaction. Once a reaction is started, an activated complex is formed. An activated complex is an unstable state that is between the reactants and the products in a chemical reaction. A catalyst is a substance that changes the rate of a chemical reaction without being consumed in the reaction. A catalyst is never used up. It is regenerated by the chemical reaction, so it can be used again and again.